Welcome to Being Space. Thank you for joining me on this episode. And before we begin, I'd like you to do one simple thing, and that is to make sure that you're in a place where you won't be disturbed and that you can fully put your attention and focus into what you are watching here. So put your phone on silent and you will have the freedom to focus your attention to one particular thing. So right now, I want you to imagine you living the life that you dream of living. I want you to see it in your mind. Maybe you want to be rich. Maybe you want to be doing a certain job or a work that fulfills you. Or maybe you want a partner to have an amazing relationship with. Now I want you to see that for yourself. Can you do that? Alright. Now, if you're like most people and if you're like me, you're gonna have that initial thought or that initial block telling you no. Now, it can come in many forms, but underneath all of that is the same thing. It's something that blocks you from thinking or imagining of having that. And if you look around, you see people unable to change how they think and feel, which in turn causes them to have the same reality that they cannot change. Meaning they're going to keep having the same kind of experiences, situations and people because they're also having the same kind of thoughts and same kind of feelings. And we're going to get to that in a moment. But look here for now. What you're dealing with, what told you no and what stopped you, or it may not be so obvious that it's stopping you, but it could be something that is pulling you down even a little bit. There's a bit of doubt, maybe there's a bit of fear. Now what you're dealing with, it's a belief. Bob Proctor calls this paradigms. A few other people have coined a lot of different terms to it, but underneath all of that labels is the same meaning. So, I'm going to use the word belief and programming. Now every single time the belief or your programming takes you over, meaning it makes you think and feel and act in certain ways that is in alignment with those beliefs, that is called a program. Most of us are programs. We do the things in our lives to fulfill those beliefs and programmings. So we're going to look at all of this in detail. And of course, the aim of this is to figure out and to understand how we can change so that we can have exactly what we want. So you're not the only one who has beliefs and programmings and who run on those programs. The whole of society, the whole of people, whether you're talking about the most pious person, the most richest person, the most cunning evil person, or the most whatever that you want to call it, everyone has a belief. And this is the catch. Not all your beliefs are good for you, and not all your beliefs are even yours. In the previous video, I was talking to the seekers, and these are people who basically understand that there is a conflict between who they are and certain parts of them that are causing an internal conflict because both of them cannot exist at the same time. Okay, so get this. A belief is something that is super powerful because it can affect the way you think, feel, and act. So, how are these beliefs formed? What is a belief? Simple. It's a similar kind of way of thought that triggers certain feelings. And when you combine these two and you repeat it over a period of time, it becomes a belief. So, not all beliefs are constructed the same way. Sometimes a very strong emotional reaction or emotional experience can force us to take on different beliefs. For example, if you encountered a very rich person in your life who pulled strings and used people for their own benefit because they were rich, you may unknowingly have a belief that all rich people are evil and that money is not good. And when you look at your life, you are probably struggling with your financial situation. And I ask you why. So we'll get there. For now, just know that the same kind of thinking and feeling that you repeat again and again and again over time becomes a belief. Either a strong emotional response can form the belief, or it can also be programming that was done during our childhood.